Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? It's Stranger in the morning. What's going on? I just wanted to come on and say hello, and of course, I will see. We will see you tonight at 10 p.m. with Turnbuckle Talk, simulcasted right here on NY Mania. And of course, we're going to have former ring announcer Lou Edwards from WWF days, and he's got a lot of stories. Please don't miss this. If you're a wrestling fan or anything in entertainment, you're going to love the stories that were behind the scenes with wrestling before the Hulk Hogan era. Also, I wanted to come up and say today's show is dedicated to our very own Evan. He's worked very hard. He's filled in for me the whole week. He's done a tremendous job, and the least we can do is dedicate the show to Evan. So without any further ado, everyone, thank you so much. Please rah-rah the show, press the like button and subscribe. And Evan and eventually Sean and Nathan are going to take it away. Take it away, Evan. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later. 5 o'clock with the basketball show. We will see you later.
Thank you, Joe, for that. Thank you. I guess the show is dedicated to me today, so I guess it's my special day. But I appreciate that. Obviously, this is a show that Joe created when he first started the channel. It developed into something really, really cool, and now we're continuing with it. And it's great that I got the chance to be the host of the show this week, along with Nathan and Sean and some other great people. So it's been awesome, and we're looking forward to continuing it. But don't worry, guys. Next week, Joe will be back as your host, and I'll be back as the co-host. So we'll be back real soon back to normal stuff. But it's been a really busy week, a really great week with the Veterans Show, and with a lot of other things too. So, how are you guys doing this morning? Thank you guys for coming into the chat today. We appreciate it. A lot of exciting baseball news to get to. Hopefully, we'll be joined by Sean Browning as well as Nathan from NR Media very soon. But until then, I wanted to give you guys a couple of programming notes before we officially get started. So today at 5 p.m. today, we have our NBA show. I will be the host of the show along with Nathan from NR Media, Chef Nick, Sean Browning, Johnny Salami, and Nathan might have a special guest. He might be working on a special guest for you guys for the NBA show at 5 p.m. So a lot of fun stuff to look forward to. We definitely look forward to talking about the Knicks, the Nets, and what's been going on in the NBA world for the past week. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there. Just wanted to also mention that tonight we also have Total Turnbuckle Talk. We have Joe, TJ, and Victor from the Third Floor podcast, along with special guest Lou Edwards, who was a ringside announcer in the WWE a while back ago, which was during the fun times of wrestling, and I'm sure he'll share a lot of his great stories, a lot of his great experiences, and a lot of cool wrestling fans like you guys. If you guys are into wrestling, you should definitely subscribe to Total Turnbuckle Talk. Joe's nephew TJ does a great job of giving great information, whether it's through short videos or whether it's on here, right? And they'll be simulcasting, so it will be live. NY Yankee Mania will be live at the same time as Total Turnbuckle Talk, and they will be giving a lot of great detail in regards to what's been happening in the wrestling world, some of the stuff that's happened from the past, and a lot of cool stories and much more with Lou Edwards today. So that's at 10 p.m. So our NBA show is at 5 p.m. and Total Turnbuckle Talk with Joe, TJ, Victor from the Third Floor podcast, and a guest, maybe, Lou Edwards. Lou Edwards is the guest, so they'll be on tonight at 10 p.m. So once again, want to repeat again, NBA show 5 p.m. today with myself, Chef Nick, Nathan, Sean Browning, Johnny Salami, and maybe a special guest. And then 10 p.m. Total Turnbuckle Talk with Joe, TJ, and Victor from the Third Floor podcast, along with Lou Edwards as their special guest tonight. So those are some of our programming notes for today. We appreciate you guys Let's see, John K. Thank you for coming. Wendy Sports Corner. Thank you for coming. I know you're still Wendy. You just changed the name of your channel. So good morning to you. Good morning, Charles. How's everybody doing today on this great Friday morning? Last night, we were all very excited to hear that Aaron Judge has won his third MVP. Yes, his third MVP, 2022, 2024, and now 2025 this year. The other three Yankees to win three MVPs were Joe DiMaggio in 1939, 1941, 1947, Yogi Berra in 1951, 1954, 1955, and Mickey Mantle in 1956, 1957, and 1962. So obviously Aaron Judge joins amazing company with those three Yankee legends, and it really is cool because you get to see how Aaron Judge makes an impact on the field, but not only that, but in the clubhouse, his leadership. I think he shows good leadership most of the time. Yeah, there are times where we could like to see a little bit more interaction or a little bit more fire from him, especially to get the players more motivated or to tell them that they're not doing a good enough job. But he definitely leads by example on the field, and there's no doubt about that. He puts up amazing numbers every single year. He has a great on-base percentage, a great slugging percentage, and nobody can really doubt who he is as a player. When he comes to the postseason, he's been struggling, no doubt about that. Up until about last year, he's had a tough time in the postseason. He's had some moments, yeah, but overall the consistency in the postseason hasn't been there. And this year we saw more consistency from Aaron Judge in the postseason. We saw him hit a big home run. We saw him get some big hits. Unfortunately, when it was with the bases loaded, though, in Game 1, he couldn't come through. But overall, his batting average was about 500 in the postseason, and nobody can deny that. I think it's now Cashman's turn and it's Aaron Boone's turn, as well as Hal Steinbrenner's, to put a team around Aaron Judge that will complement him and help him win a World Series finally. Right there, Charles, you said it there. You said Aaron Judge needs to get a ring. He does need to get a ring. It's about time. Ohtani already has 2 rings with the Dodgers. Right, he's been there 2 years, and both of those years he's won back-to-back World Series. So it's about time that Aaron Judge finally gets a ring. It's about time for that. It's time for the Yankees to stop with their bargain bin purchases. It's time for them to actually step up, know what they have as far as their luxury tax goes, how much money they have to spend, and they need to execute that. If it's a little bit under $300 million, well, fine, then make it work. You're the Yankees. You have all the resources. Make it work. The Dodgers do it every single year. They can even defer money. Yeah, they have very rich owners, which that allows them to do that. But they always have good mentality when it comes to that, because they draft well, they develop well, and they pick up guys from other team systems that really complement what they do well. And you see it year after year. You see them get Tommy Edman, you see them get Alex Call. Like, these guys really fill in to help them complement the superstars that they have with Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani. And as far as starting pitching goes, they really have amazing starting pitching. They don't let one pitcher go down and then that affects the rest of their season. No, they don't do that. They always acquire pitchers. They always have pitchers ready to go in the system, and they're always, very, very good when it comes to not allowing one player getting hurt to derail their team. So it really is cool. But good morning to everybody. Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning to Michael. Good morning, Lou. Once again, good morning to Wendy. Good morning to Charles. Michael says, I hope that Cashman finds time in his busy schedule to attend the winter meetings in December. Yeah, it was kind of weird to see him not attend the GM meetings. Obviously, there's other stuff going on that might affect that, like plane schedules or plane delays and stuff like that. But hopefully, he can make the winter meetings. We would love that. I don't know if the owners are involved in that, but they should definitely be having critical conversations. Especially him and Cashman should be discussing the plans, because once Hal gives Cashman the reins, it really is all Cashman from there. And we've talked about it a little bit yesterday that Cashman's contract is up after next season. So it's going to be really important for him to spend and make smart acquisitions when it comes to trading for players. We saw a rumor yesterday that Ketel Marte was on. He has the Yankees on his no trade clause list, so meaning that if he removes his no trade clause, he could get traded to a team that he desires, and one of them could be the Yankees. So I could see that happening. I could see a guy like Brendan Donovan. Good morning, Sean. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you
Hey,
doing today?
y'all. I'm doing all right. I'm just tired as I'll get out. 16 hours. But it is what it is. Uh I did put in a couple links in the text messages earlier about some of the things that just posted on the MLB traders overnight. MLBtraderumors.com overnight. So
Yes.
um the Royals hired a one of their coaches, I forget the name, but also
What's the hitting coach?
yeah.
Marcus Timms.
Yeah, Marcus Tins, and then there's a few other coaches. So that's heating up, but also there's trade interest heating up a lot more. Like Kodai Senga's starting to heat up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also the Mets are shopping, or they're expecting to shop Jeff McNeil or something like that. So stuff might come out about that. I
Yeah.
don't know, a lot of things going on. So it just showing you how wild this off season is going to be.
It really is going to be a good offseason, I think. We've seen players kind of request to be traded. A guy like Byron Buxton might be traded. A guy like Ketel Marte might be traded. There's options out
Hmm.
there, no doubt about that. We'll see what the Yankees ultimately do. But when it
Yeah,
comes to, I was talking a little bit about how next year is Cashman's last year, and he really needs to make smart trades. He needs to make smart free agent signings. It's not always about the big superstar. It's about making good signings to complement the rest of your roster.
right,
And I really think with the amount of money that they have to spend, it's really going to be important to find those players that fit well, and then not trying to change their mentality of going from contact players to trying to hit for power. So that's going to be the
right.
most important thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the Judge interview with Scott Van Pelt, SVP,
I
on
did, yeah.
ESPN. Yeah, I caught it on YouTube. And one of my takeaways is Judge was defending the organization. I mean, he's a classy guy, so I mean, I wouldn't expect him to, throw Cashman or anyone under the bus unless they really made him upset. Um, but what I took away though, he said it's a pretty complete team. The problem was down the stretch, execution. They're trying their best, but so if I was Cashman, I would really fill the holes in. Don't make Judge a liar.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, and don't expect. I mean, I know we know that Aaron Judge is an all time great. He's an all time generational talent. Um, Even Joe calls him the Golden Boy. But we can't expect him to be Superman for all nine positions and all nine roles in lineup. If we fill it in and we get enough contact bats, then the pressure isn't on Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and or Cody Bellinger to do everything for everyone. You know, but like you
exactly.
said, you
Exactly.
know, to the point, the Yankees do try to kind of change some of these guys. Like someone needs to come and tell Jazz Chisholm for one, hey, your main goal is to get on base,
Hmm.
walk or line drive hitting. Don't be swinging for moonshots. Um, Swinging out of your shoes for trying to get hit moonshots all the time. If it happens, it happens. But Jazz Chisholm needs to be a line drive hitter to all fields and just get on base any way he can and use that speed.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what goes into being a championship team. Is not everybody trying to be the superhero. Everybody just does their job. They try to get on base, and then everybody, follows through with
Mhm.
that. And they don't have to all be trying to hit the home run ball. That's not what wins. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
they need a balance. They need more of a balance between the analytics and a balance between being having more of a human element because it hasn't worked
right.
so far. It hasn't worked, and
Yeah, no,
Judge is not
just
getting younger.
pass the baton. Yes, we're the Bronx Bombers. We're gonna hit a lot of home runs. But if you hit a lot more home runs, not trying to hit home runs.
Yes, exactly, exactly. We've seen times where even Jazz has done it himself. He goes into 70% swing mode and he hits it out. I mean, and
Yeah,
it's not even at the short ports. It's over the center field 400-foot wall. So
yeah,
you can do it without even trying to do it. Do you realize that?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, just make contact, and then you know, don't be free swinging mode, and like you said, you know, don't try to do it, because I mean that was the thing is, yes, we had some of the young guys did have some phenomenal seasons that had put some numbers up there, but they were too inconsistent when they were trying to go crazy for the home runs.
Yeah,
But Aaron Judge wasn't trying to hit home runs.
right.
He said he was trying to get the batting title, and he got that. But I mean, you just see what there's a difference, and if the rest of the team can kind of lock in that team philosophy, um, then we'd have a better chance. But but we do need to get contact bats. We do need to fill the holes the best we can.
Yes,
Um,
I
if
agree.
that means Quan, Bellinger, um, or Bellinger, Quan, and then Okamoto,
Right.
Jansen. A
There's so
whole
many
lot of
options out
people.
there.
Yeah,
So
there's
many
so many
options.
options, but Cashman and Howe need to go all in, and Howe just should hold a sign that says the buck stops here.
Yes, they really need to be on top of the ball this time. It's you can't just have one or two moves and then just wait until spring training. No, you need to make moves throughout the whole off season. Fill out your entire roster, and don't wait until, like Joe says, July 31st, the trade deadline, to make a big move because most likely, teams aren't going to give you the best value for what you're wanting
Right.
at that.
And yeah, or don't even wait. Don't We shouldn't be looking to fill holes as of March 20 whatever.
Yeah, 29th. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever day spring training ends.
Oh, spring
Um
training ends. Okay, yeah. So that's like middle. That's like
so
beginning of
before
March. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but
middle.
whatever that is, but before the March 29th opening day,
Yeah,
we should not have a hole unless there's been a boatload of injuries, but we should have enough death pieces in there to fill in. You know what I'm saying?
right. Like remember a couple years ago we signed John Birdie, and I thought that was a
Mhm.
good move to make.
Oh
And I
yeah.
feel like in 2024, yeah, it was Judge and Soto, but they had other guys that were good complements to that team. We need to do
Yeah.
that. We need to sign those type of players.
No, it was. I mean, you remember this. Volpe had a decent year, even though he wasn't like ultra breakout, but he had a decent year, even though he had some in 2024. Um, we Rizzo up until the concussion started reappearing, so he had flashes of being himself. And then we had other guys that stepped up and filled in, as Waldo Cabrera, other guys in that year. And it wasn't Judge, Soto, and Stanton. Yes, they drew the headlines and all that stuff, but it was like
Yeah,
the whole team grinded out at bats. The whole team did a lot of things. And yeah, I mean when you got Judge doing historic things, you're,
yeah,
you're you're all you got to really do is do your part, get on base, make it make it harder for the managers to pitch around Judge.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have to, fill in that middle of the lineup really well with guys that have speed and contact, so that you have to force the pitch to Judge.
Yeah,
It's not going to be that easy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be that easy. But yeah, I mean, I remember 2019. Man, you seen that team? We had Brett Gardner, and we had all those guys.
What's
Yo,
That did their thing.
going
But
on?
yeah,
what's up, Sean? What's up,
I'm
Evan? What's up, Joe? What's up, everyone in the chat? Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Just finished my workout at the gym. Guys, stay tuned because later today we'll be doing an NBA live show, preview show with myself, Evan, Chef Nick, Johnny Salami, hopefully, and potentially a special guest will be joining. So my team and I are
right.
working on a special guest for tonight's show. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And also obviously a lot of rumors going on in baseball right now with the Yankees and all. And let's go Knicks, and let's go Rangers, and let's keep this thing going.
Right. And then to Mike's comment, I'm gonna read here. Michael's comment.
Yeah.
There was one year, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, that Cashman skipped the winter meetings. I remember that distinctly. I can't. You. What year was that, Michael? Because I mean, is that mid '90s, late '90s, or maybe
When he
early
first
mid
started,
'20s?
was that
Or when he started in '98,
when he
so he
first
took
started?
over
Yeah.
for Bob Watson, but he
Yeah.
was assistant GM for God knows how many years.
I think he was assistant GM for like 4 years, right? 4
Yeah,
years.
okay, yeah, he was assistant GM, and then
Watson
he
and
was.
yeah.
But even before then, he started in the organization in his 20s or something under
Yeah,
Gene
he was
Michaels, and then
he was an intern. He was an intern, and then he got promoted to assistant GM, and here he is now. What is it? Almost 30 years later. So,
yeah,
it's crazy. But Michael, he brought up a good point. He said he doesn't care what Judge said about Cashman. He doesn't think there's much love between them. Well,
oh,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Personally, I don't really care if they have any feud between them. It's about the product that they put on the baseball field. It doesn't
right,
really matter if they have personal issues. We could care less about that. We just want them to win on the field and make smart moves, be in good communication.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was more commenting on the fact that Aaron Judge being classy
Yeah,
and not. I mean, because there's stars that of his caliber that wouldn't hesitate to throw a GM under the bus, but it's not untypical that our captain or our stars would have bad blood between Cashman and them.
right.
Jeter got lowballed. Bernie Williams got lowballed. Posada got lowballed. Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if Mattingly during the coaching times just you know doesn't
I
see
mean,
eye to eye with Cashman. But the thing I care most about, and a lot of fans we care about most, is getting that championship ring, getting the World Series, having a consistent elite product on the field.
of course. And I think he's given a little bit of a hint to Cashman too. Like, I would trade all my MVPs for a championship. Like, come on, like this is a sign to tell him to let's go make some good acquisitions
Yeah.
here.
Hopefully, though, hopefully Hal gives him the green light to spend the money too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
But I could definitely see, obviously, the Yankees making 2 to 3 trades here this offseason to make the team better, along with a few free agent signings. And like I said, I think I think the projected spending money is 78 million. So, but we don't know the ballpark exactly yet because Hal hasn't given it. But I think after this GM meetings and owner meetings happen, I think we'll start seeing finally start seeing uh, some uh, some numbers here when it comes to the
oh
Yankees,
yeah.
and hopefully yeah, and then hopefully and then some signings too. So
Okay, wow. The last time Cashman went all in was 0809.
yeah,
And that
only
probably
09.
might have been the time. That might have
Yeah.
been around the time he skipped the meetings. But oh yeah, but because George was dying, yeah. Um, but I mean, we got a looming lockout. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that Hal just says, you know what? Let's just stay over the threshold again one more
Yep.
year, and then we'll worry about getting back under it. Um,
Yeah, you know what?
because
I get. What's up, Charles? What's up, everyone? Um, you know what? I think Sean and Evan. I think I do have a feeling. I this is my gut feeling. I think they're gonna go all in this year.
oh yeah,
Let's go. They have to. They
hey,
have
Yeah,
to.
I wouldn't.
I yeah, they have to. But I think they're gonna go all in this year. I have a good feeling about it. I hope so.
Yeah.
I have a gut feeling about it too. And then into Charles' comment, which is funny, he's still hiding
Yeah,
in Hal's still hiding in Mexico. But I thought he would be hiding over off the shores of Naples, on his yacht. Wherever he is, he's probably, as long as he's making deals off that yacht, I don't care where he's at in the world.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Charles, thank you for the reminder there. Everybody, please like the stream and subscribe if you haven't. We're working on some big things here. We have an NBA show. We have Total Turnbuckle Talk. A lot
yeah,
of guest shows as well. And we're working hard to give you guys the best content that we can. Mr.
yeah.
Met,
Tomorrow. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Matt?
Joe's no, he's not slacking. He's making
No,
food
he's just
for us.
saying. Yeah, he's making food for us for tomorrow's party. Let's go.
He sent me
All
a
right.
picture of the pasta that he's making. It looks
Yeah,
amazing.
he sent it. He sent me the picture too of the baked ziti. It looks yummy.
It does. It does.
Yeah. But but yeah, and then you notice though a lot of these coaching vacancies are getting filled in. And then
Yep.
one thing that caught my eye on that MLB trade rumors is uh, that Jeff McNeil might be on the trading block.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the Mets.
That's interesting. They gave him a big contract a couple years ago. When he was a
Yeah,
free agent,
I
so,
mean, he's been a solid, decent guy at second base.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, but who knows what Cohen's got up his sleeve? But that, and then again, the guy that wrote the article could just be, kind of trying to wishful thinking. I don't know. But we'll see if there's any more smoke to that fire, but I doubt it. But
I mean, I like Jeff McNeil as a player. He's a good player. He's a contact hitter. I just don't know where he would play on this team.
yeah.
And I don't think he's
Well,
valuable enough.
You know, he's only he's that his natural position is a second baseman.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
the problem because we have Jazz. So
Yeah. And Jazz's best position is second.
Yeah.
Even though the Marlins used him as a center fielder for a while, and we used him as a third baseman because some other bratty diva second baseman, Gleyber Torres, didn't want to move over
yeah,
when he, was olaying every other hit his way. So, but he can stay in Detroit if they won't have him.
I think Torres is going to accept the qualifying offer. There's
No,
no
I
some-
think Sean and Evan. I think he found a home in Detroit. I think he
yeah,
had a good year in Detroit, and
Yeah.
I think he fits. I think he fits perfectly there. So I
He
think
does.
if I'm Gleyber Torres, I would stay there and because I think he felt comfortable there and he felt rejuvenated in Detroit.
makes sense. He was a Cub and now he's a Tiger. So
Yeah.
Somebody's phone ringing.
Yeah, who?
No, I
Is there-
don't know. I
is there
just heard
background
something
noise?
vibrating.
Is there? Oh, no.
No, I think it might have been from Denton, but it's gone now.
Okay. FJ says, "I wish I was as optimistic as you guys. This cynicism of my old age, I believe it when I see it. Yeah, I know. I think everybody's gotten accustomed to that.
Well-
we don't get excited until we see it happen.
Yeah, that's why I'm really holding back on anything on praise or criticism until I actually see the actions fulfilled. Because all the rumors, you can rumor things up the yin yang, but It ain't nothing until it's actually put into black and white. Put in stone, so to speak.
Yes. Good morning, Ness. He says, "Morning, fellas. Congrats to Judge, the real MVP. Hal,
Yeah.
please build a team around Judge and Cole. They are about to be 40, and Spencer Jones is about to be 30. Please, no more Pablo Reyes. Thank you." Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, come on,
Breaking news! Breaking news! Yankee signed Pablo Reyes to a 7-year deal.
big acquisition. Yeah. But great point. Judge, Cole, Stanton, these guys aren't getting any younger.
Yeah.
Max Fried is already a veteran. You need to build around these guys. It's time to make moves. It's time to act quickly. And you really need to go about this the right way because there are so many options out there. Be creative. Be creative.
Yeah.
Make smart
No,
moves.
I mean that's the thing. We got what, 1 or 2 more years of Stanton before
Yeah.
everything falls off.
Yes. Yep.
2 more years of Stanton. Yeah.
2 more
Yeah,
years.
I mean it's 3 more years, but but realistically, you got 2 more years of producing Stanton.
Yeah.
No,
You know.
yeah, and I think I think we are going to get good production out of Stanton for the next 3 years. And I don't think anyone will take him now. I think the Yankees are stuck with them for 3 years, and I wouldn't mind that obviously as their DH. But yeah, so we got to after those 3 years after those 3 years are up, and the Yankees are good to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what we did with Chili Davis at the
Yeah,
end of his year. Just have him DH, and you know, don't Rojas, don't send him when the outfielder's about to have the ball. Don't send Stanton unless that ball's like stuck in the fence and they ain't
yeah,
blown it dead yet. Um, but no, I mean, whatever we get is Stanton. I'm all right with. Um, but yeah, we need to get him a ring. We need to get Cole and Judge. I want to get those two multiple rings before they
yeah.
retire. But I'll settle with the first one. But we got to go all in and build around those guys. I don't want to see another Pablo Reyes, J.D. Davis,
No.
Yeah.
Jake
I hope.
Bowers,
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
Big Bang Willie Calhoun, the skinny the skinny McKinney.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, all those guys. I don't want to see another one, or even
Whoever.
a Jeter Downs.
Yeah, Jeter down. Remember when we got Billy Butler?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Or do you remember when we had Frenchie Cadero,
Yes.
whatever,
Yeah.
Frenchie
Cordero?
Cordero. Yeah.
I just
Fun
like
times.
John Sterling's call. That was funny.
It's like, who are these random guys that are just in the starting lineup every day? It's like you don't see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it was the amateur Yankees. It wasn't even.
Yeah, the quadruple
And
A.
the year and then like when the year when we had Lyle Overbay, Stephen Drew, Kelly Johnson, Brian Roberts. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and then
I think they realize that I think they should be smart enough now to know that they have to get better quality players on their roster. So I'm confident that they're going to do that this offseason. So
Yep.
well,
Even
you
if
know,
they put in Rosario, I mean, and they have Cabrera coming back next year, and they have
yeah,
Caballero, like that's good enough. That's good
well
enough.
that's good enough, but we still need 2 outfielders.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I mean, just for like those infield spots, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for the whole
we,
team.
So
we need a first baseman. We need a couple outfielders like Sean said, and we need a third baseman potentially a third baseman.
We have
Well,
to
I
draw.
mean, yeah, Ryan McMahon. The only problem with Ryan McMahon is I don't think his bat will ever.
Yeah, that's why we need production at the third base. We need to get another third baseman.
I mean, Ryan McMahon, the most production you'll probably get is doubles and a lot of singles.
mean, the
But
best
that's a
one.
guy you want to keep at the bottom of the bottom of the lineup.
I mean, the best that we saw from McMahon was, when he wasn't even trying to hit a home run; he was just trying to make contact, and
Yeah,
he did
Yeah,
do.
but I mean, but I saw some key clutch doubles that he had in moments. But if you keep him in the bottom of the lineup, I'm okay with that. But yes, I would if we can upgrade at third base offensively and
yeah,
have close to McMahon's defense, which would mean that we would have to swallow our pride and sign Alex Bregman.
yeah.
Um,
Are you sure you
but
don't want? Are you sure you don't want Josh Donaldson?
No,
no,
no, no, no.
no,
Come on,
I'd rather
no.
get Gio or Stella.
Yeah, I want Gio. I wouldn't mind Gio or Charlotte back. That'd be
Yo,
cool. I
I'd
love
rather
Gio when he was here.
I'd rather
But yeah,
get
Bregman,
Yoda.
Yoda. But the only, I think Bregman. I think the Yankees will only do Bregman if it's on a short-term deal.
Yeah.
yo.
Maybe like a 1 year deal or 2 year deal with an opt-out.
So Mr. Matt has a question for you, Nathan.
Uh,
Would you make a trade for Jackson Cheerio?
yeah, can you hear me? Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it was a little choppy.
Yeah. You guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better.
Yeah. So yeah, I would make a trade for Jackson Cheerios, but Cheerios, sorry. But it depends on the package. I think the Brewers are
Yeah.
going to ask for a lot for Cheerios. Um,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
but yeah, so I think yeah, obviously he's going to upgrade. He's going to upgrade your infield help at third base and or anywhere. But like I said, it depends on the package. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah. But can he play
And the
short?
big, no, the big question is, if the Pirates somehow, in not this year, or maybe at the trade on or next year, decide to trade Paul Skeens, because if they don't, if they, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're going to let him go in free agency. They know that he's going to leave in free agency. So the question comes up for the Yankees is, if he gets traded, would the, this is the problem here, because if the Pirates are not trading Skeens now, then the Yankees have to save some of their top guns in the minor leagues for Skeens, for the
Oh
potential
yeah.
Skeens trade.
But I
Yeah.
mean, you got to look at this though. The track record the Pirates have, a lot of, almost all of their top prospect pitching, the Coles, the Tyone, all those guys get traded up close to the free agency. Like after they get
Yeah,
through somewhere in arbitration, they trade them. Um, so yeah, I mean, we got to be careful with that too. Um, but that's why I would like to get, even though there is some caution I would take with the Japanese ace,
Ema.
May
yeah,
Ima, as Ken put in his video earlier, that kind of paid attention. A lot of Japanese pitchers, when they come over here, the first 2 years, they have time with injuries. Um, unless they're just the unicorn named Shohei
yeah,
Otani over there.
yeah. But I always don't. But I would love to have a pitcher like that too.
Oh yeah, no, I would like that too because guess what? He's got a split finger, and
Yeah,
it's good to have pitchers that have a little different arsenal
yeah.
or
I
pitch
think
from different angles.
yeah, and also he has a little bit more power than Tanaka when it
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
to
Throws in the upper
gas.
90.
But what I
Yeah,
mean is, when you look at our rotation right now, and I know that two of our guys aren't coming back till about May.
yeah,
Um, so you look at this: Cole, Freed, Rodon, and then if you can after those two, because right now we got Cam, Warren, or
yeah,
Hill. But
yeah,
now if we were to add a May to that, we have a four-headed dragon, and then we got a young stud, And then we got two guys that can be a fringe, our long relief fringe guys if we don't trade them. But we could trade
Yeah.
them because
You're
Heels
right. You're right.
Heels value was probably still a little high that we could trade him instead of wait till it's all gone.
Yeah, and I think you know what? I think at this point now, going forward, I think Max Fried is your number one,
Oh yeah, I would.
and then
I mean, you got
Garrett Cole number. Yeah,
1A, 1B. Whether Cole or Freed, that's two number ones right there in 1A, 1B.
yeah,
But like you said, for right now, until Cole is fully healthy and back to dominating, Freed is number 1A. I mean, he won 19 games. Even and if he had not had the midseason blister problem, he'd probably have like 22, 23 wins.
and I think he would have been Cy Young Award winner also.
Oh yeah, I mean, when's the last time we hit a 20-game winner?
Ron
Yep.
Guidry.
Well, okay, Ron Guidry, but I mean, I'm talking about in baseball in the last 20 years.
Yeah,
Um, and we had two pitchers on our staff that were flirting with 20 wins, and that was Cole. I mean, Fried and Rodon.
yeah,
And what I like about Rodon is he's channeling his emotions, he's controlling his emotions, and then he's also filtering in two other pitches on top of his customary fastball and the slider, right? Remember his
Yep.
fastball slider,
I
then
don't.
he throws in the changeup, and now he's got this little nasty sinker, curve, whatever you want to call it. I was like, dang, that sinker was filthy at times.
Yep. I think he
So,
got some votes for the Cy Young, but obviously not enough. But he's a
well,
good
no,
guy.
he got one vote. Freed was like a few votes. He was like fourth
Yeah.
in the voting. So, but whatever.
Yep.
There's
yeah.
times when there's anti-Yankee bias. I mean,
Mhm.
the difference with Aaron Judge is the dude was hitting 400 for half the season, and the
Right.
only reason he started going down was when he started having the injury problem with the elbow. And a lot of times, but the teams were still walking him at a high rate. He was still killing. It's kind of hard when they're not pitching to you.
Yeah. And that brings up a great point. Yankees have to act with urgency. Might be a lockout in 2027. Pay the tax in 2026, and the rain because you never know what's going to happen in 2027. Yeah. Yeah. True.
I
Absolutely.
mean, we don't know. That lockout may go beyond 2027. Who knows? Because I mean, if both sides of the parties are far as the Grand Canyon apart, we may not see an end until somebody gets tired and blinks first. I don't know.
And that's why when you see guys, start to request to be traded, they want to be in a good spot. They don't want to, because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't want to be on a team that could be rebuilding for many years, and then they don't
Yeah.
want to stick with that team until the lockout's over. They don't want to have to deal with that. They want to be getting paid by a team, so they want that stability. They definitely want what's best for them, and go out there and make those trades because who knows, it might be more valuable now than it could be after the
Oh
lockout.
yeah. Well, and then that too, and then you already got guys like Fletcher from the Angels. He's expected to announce his retirement soon.
Yeah.
Was Kyle
So
Hendricks on a 1-year deal with the Angels?
I think so.
yes,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yeah. He was with the
yeah,
Angels. Yeah, and then now he's retiring.
Yep.
yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Liam Hendricks might hang it up, or somebody might get him on a short term deal.
Yeah, just not the Yankees.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, the dude's a fighter, but yeah, it's we don't know how much because I mean you come back from cancer, it's hard to kind of keep that same production, especially when you're pitching.
Yeah, true, absolutely. Let's see. FJ says he expects Cashman to bring back Yarborough. I could see that happening too. Jake says Judge was saying
Yeah.
yesterday how he trade all these MVPs to yeah. Callan Cashman better get it done. Yeah, he
Yeah,
said it.
I mean, if you guys don't realize, I mean, I realize this too, but we gotta appreciate this. Not only his greatness as a player and all the things that he does, but he's a true Yankee.
Hmm.
Like, his mindset is World Series, but I mean, we can ride him about the first few postseasons when he didn't really show up, but he was practically carrying us all season long to the postseason and trying to carry us to the World Series, and in a way, he helped carry us in 2024. I mean, he carried us all the way through the regular season, and then it was Soto and Stanton that carried it the rest of the way. But Judge started getting hot in the World Series, so the and then last season he carried us in the postseason. And although the problem is he's the only one hitting against the Blue Jays, so and our
Right.
pitching fell flat. So
I think we would sacrifice, Judge hitting a little bit below 300 to have a better postseason, if that
well,
were the case.
yeah, I would say if Judge hit 40, I mean he's already tied Ruth and Sosa and McGuire for 4 seasons of 50 plus homers. But man, but if Judge only hit 47 home runs and and we got to the World Series and won it, I'd be happy.
Hmm.
You know, I
Definitely.
like the fact that he's a high average hitter because usually when you got sluggers, they're one dimensional, they're low average, but a lot of home runs, a
Yeah.
lot of ribbies.
Yeah.
Someone else trying to. Is that Joe or someone else? I don't know. I see a spinning circle. I guess I don't know what that is. Okay. We'll just keep
Maybe
going.
it's Ken.
Who?
I don't know. I said maybe it's Ken,
Maybe surprise appearance.
but I don't know.
Charles says the pitching is okay, but they need to show up when it counts in the playoffs. The bullpen needs to be better too. Yeah, no doubt about that. You see the
Can you
starting
guys hear
pitching.
me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but
Can you guys hear me?
Ken kept kind of
Yeah,
dancing. Yeah, I can hear
can you
you.
hear us? Can you hear us, Nathan?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
When I get
We're good.
when I get when I get when I get to my condo, I'm gonna switch to my laptop. So
Okay.
All right,
If
but
you want,
yeah,
you can just. If you want, you can drop down and just wait until you get back. If you want.
yeah. Joe, drop me down.
but
All
yeah.
right. Uh-oh.
Charles, no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
Charles' comment.
the pitching is okay, but they need to show up when it counts, and in the playoffs, and the bullpen needs to be better. I can't read the last word.
Just to be better too. I guess that's what he meant to say.
Okay, sorry, tired. I'm like, is that two up, better up?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, no, Charles, that's right on. That's spot on. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, we could have the amount of aces as one, but if they don't show up when it counts, then
Guys in the postseason, they're not going to be going 6, 7, 8 innings unless you're a guy like Yamamoto or someone like that. So
well, yeah,
you need to have
or
that good bullpen.
pet it. Everybody can, kind of make fun of and say he was meh regular season, but man, big games in the postseason, the dude was like 7, 8, 9 innings. It didn't matter
Yeah.
whether he gave up 1 run or 3 runs. That dude was giving you 8 innings, and you would have to drag him out. Like Joe Torre would have to drag him off that mound. So
absolutely. Hal needs to be held accountable. Prove to us all. Prove to us you're all in, Hal. Yeah, he does need to prove to us that he's all in. He wanted the Soto deal to get done. He wanted the Aaron Judge deal to get done. And I'd imagine there were some other things too, like the Garrett
Oh
Cole
no,
deal. So he has it in him.
CC, he was a part of that whole CC, even though Cashman
Yeah.
is official in there. Yeah, he was there with Judge. He was there with Cole. He was the guy that sealed the deal for even for the Soto trade. And he pushed with all he could for the to re-sign Soto, but Soto chose to be a mercenary and join the Mets for you know all that luxury, right? But but anyways, yeah, Hal needs to step up and some of these deals, like if we want the real some of the stars, Hal needs to get in there in the negotiations or be like how
Yeah.
or dictate to Cashman, hey, whatever it takes to get this deal done, and you know, and just tell him to get it done, and then say, hey, if you can't do it, then let Omar Minaya do it, or Brian Sabian, whatever his name,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
I think those guys need to have more of a say.
yeah, well, I think Omar Minaya is handling the international uh, scouting thing. It's kind of his forte. But yeah, we got to get it done with those Japanese stars. And I have a gut feeling we're going to get Okamoto, and I think we're going to probably end up with them MA. But but we need to get it done. Hal needs to get in, spare no expense, just get it done. I don't care if it's 350 million. It's not my money, but you know, it's my Yankees. So, you know,
Oh, you pay to watch.
yeah, I pay to watch. Um,
They make all that revenue just by people watching the S Network. They put
that
it
is
up all the
true.
time. They brag about it.
Well, yeah, that and then all the merch sales at the stadium, the concession stands at the stadium. Just, you know, the
Right.
museum and Yankee Stadium brings in revenue.
Yep, absolutely. I just want to give a scores update here. Last night we had a couple of NBA games as well as NHL, along with the Jets game. So in the NBA, we had the Raptors and the Cavaliers. The Raptors beat the Cavaliers 126 to 113. The Suns defeated the Pacers 133 to 98. The Hawks defeated the Jazz 132 to 122. That was it for the NBA. And in your NHL, you had the Kings defeat the Maple Leafs 4-3 in overtime. The Dallas Stars defeated the Canadiens 7-0. The Ottawa Senators beat the Bruins 5-3. The Red Wings defeated the Ducks 6-3. The Panthers defeated the Capitals 6-3. The Blue Jackets beat the Oilers 5-4. The Avalanche beat the Sabres 6-3. The Flames shut out the Sharks 2-0. The Islanders came back and won that game in overtime, defeated the Golden Knights 4-3, and the Kraken defeated the Jets 5-3. Speaking of the
Yeah.
Jets, we also had the Jets and the Patriots last night. Sean, did you watch the game, and what were your thoughts on that?
No, I watched part of it, and I'm pretty much of the opinion that Fields just ain't it for an NFL quarterback. I don't. He just he can run, he can scramble, but he can barely throw. I mean, but hey, they were competitive to a certain degree. I mean, it was only 27-14.
Yeah,
Um, but
there were a lot of chances for the Jets too. They
yeah,
had.
there were a lot of chances. They were near the end zone quite a bit, but they failed to capitalize. But hats off to Ray Rule and I mean, like Al Michaels and Herb Street
Yeah,
were um they brought up this point, and I thought it was interesting on that Patriots defense, you got a lot of discarded players on playing, and a lot of them that are playing angry. But a lot of that other teams discarded these guys, and you don't really have a whole lot of like first round draft picks on that. You know, defense, the Patriots defense,
Yeah.
but they're playing angry. They're playing sound. They, they get to it. I mean, they contained Brees Hall. But then the problem was the Jets couldn't stop that rookie Henderson, five rushing or five TDs or whatever it was, however it was. But yeah, the problem is in middle school, I had a football coach. You know what he used to tell us?
What?
If they can't score, they can't win. If they don't score, they can't win. It's
I didn't
you
know
know,
that. I thought if you
yeah,
scored 0 points, you won the game.
right. Well, only if the other team scores 0-2, then it's just a draw, and then both teams win, no, or both teams lose. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was just plain and simple. If they don't score, they can't win. And, if they can't score, they don't win. So
Yeah. In my
uh,
opinion, I think Fields is not the right quarterback for the Jets. I think they
he's
need
not.
to go out there and draft someone.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think he's right for any team unless you want to have him as your third string quarterback and just Taysom Hill him.
yep. Mr. Met has a question for you, Sean, about the Jets. He asks, Sean, would you give Brady Cook a chance at quarterback?
Yeah, I'd call Vinny Testaverde from retirement.
Oh no. I feel bad for you
No,
guys. Got a
no, but
fantastic
Brady
team.
Cook. I mean, yeah, I would give Brady Cook a chance. Just see what you got. Tyrod Taylor ain't really much better than Justin Fields. I would give Brady Cook. You know, yeah, but I mean, but I'm being half serious. I would call up Vinny Testaverde. Hey, Vinny, you got any of that arm left? I
Hmm.
know you're pushing 50, but come on.
Right.
I mean, Joe Flacco is killing it, but the problem is it's the system. It's the Jets just can't figure out how to do it because if Joe Flacco, who look meh with the Jets, is killing it with every other team he's played with. He killed it with the Browns, took them to the playoffs.
Yep.
He looked decent with Indianapolis, but then they traded him to the Bengals. But look at that. He's carrying, I mean, he's holding the Bengals, keeping them from going underwater as much as he can. But he's
Yeah.
40
He's
years
honestly
old.
he's saving that team. I mean, with that defense, they can't really win any games, but with Joe
Yeah,
Flacco, he's definitely doing his part.
right. And then obviously you had the clown show with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But there was a whole bunch of dysfunction. But yeah, I mean, or Chad Pennington. I mean, even if you want to call Dan Marino from
Dan
just like in
Marino.
those commercials. Hey Dan, come play with us. But you see, I'm really tired. But yeah, Mr. Met. I mean, anybody that can quarterback. I mean, you name it. I don't know who you pick someone out of the hat and just put some pads on them. But the Jets are just cursed in the quarterback position. I don't know. I mean, Broadway Joe with his hearing aids might come back and do something, but I doubt it.
Do you think they should draft one of the QBs coming out of college?
Oh yeah, they have to. But the problem is they got to figure out what they want to do, what game plan they want to do with. Because what I see on the field is, they don't really have a plan of attack.
Yep.
I mean, they feed Brees Hall 3 carries, and then run 5 pass plays. Dude, Brees Hall is a workhorse. Why don't you feed him the ball, 8, 9 times, get the defense to commit to the run, and then you can start passing the play action pass, all that stuff, the bootleg. I
Right.
told you, Justin Fields can pass when he's throwing off the bootleg, but you got to have a working running game in order to have the bootleg to be effective. I mean,
I
there's
think you
college
should.
teams that the reason they run the triple option is because they're committed to running first. Then when they got the team overcommitted on the run, on stopping the run, then they're gonna dunk it over their heads to the receiver 20 yards down the field.
I think the Jets need to run that RPO style offense. That's like the only way
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
you
You have
know, I,
a running
I
back, good offensive
yeah,
line, run blocking at least.
I mean, Aaron Glenn's doing the best he can, but the problem is whoever designed the playbook.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything against it, but they just can't figure on offense, and what's
it's
his name over there, the OC is,
Tanner Engstrand. Is that his name?
yeah, something like that. Um,
He came from the Lions too, so
okay,
he
well,
should.
he came from the Lions. He should know a bit better, but he should have a better executed game plan and stick to a strategy. From now on, they should just run that ball down their throat. When the Jets were good in the '90s and the 2000 early 2000s, they
They
were
ran the
running the ball.
they
Curtis
ran the ball.
Martin.
Yeah, yeah, they ran
Curtis
the ball.
Martin was shoving that ball down your throat, down the defensive tackle's throat.
Mhm.
So and he was breaking, runs for 20 yards, 60 yards, 30 yards, but because they kept running the ball, and then they were passing, and they had guys like Wayne Corbett that could actually catch the ball. They had guys like Keyshawn, Johnson, and guys like Santana Moss and Crotchet. You know,
Yeah,
and then to Joe's point, yes, the only time they really got to the Super Bowl was 55 years ago. So
I wasn't even alive.
no, I wasn't either. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry I went on that rant. But yeah, that's just when you see it and you're like bits and pieces, it's like, God, why you guys look all so discombobulated?
Well,
Can't use
whenever
the
we
other word I want to use because it's a military word and there's children listening.
yeah,
maybe you
yeah,
can text it to us afterwards.
yeah,
But I would love to coach the Jets. I would be the head coach of the Jets.
you give them good
Yeah.
luck.
I
You show
mean,
up to the game and they win.
Aaron Glenn's got that defense squared away. But the problem is,
I'll be the coach. Aaron Glenn will be my defensive coordinator. My offensive coordinator would be Josh McDaniels. I'll try and
yeah.
convince him to leave
But
the
if,
Patriots to come here to the Jets. My special teams coordinator will be John Fassel from Tennessee, and then
yeah.
I'll fill up the rest with Evan, Joe, Sean, Chuck, Nick.
No, I mean, if I was Woody, the owner,
And what's up, man?
I'd be firing the GM like right now. I'd be on the phone like,
Yeah.
hey, you're fired.
No, they just hired a new GM.
Was still I'd be like, because I mean, you gotta have something, and I don't know, Aaron Glenn. I mean, I've seen GMs only last shorter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was Woody, something's got to give, and you've got to change the culture somehow. And the problem is with the receipt. I mean, we keep getting these fringe NFL free agent quarterbacks that are having problem or getting the old guy that was just a clown show more than he was an actual productive, and he's still not a productive player with the Steelers with Mike Tomlin. You know that guy
Yeah,
that wears number 8, and that
yeah,
that guy. You know,
yeah. I mean, you could say that he's having a better year, but that's because of the coaching. He could have done this on the Jets, a
yeah.
lot longer. But
Mike Tomlin. Plus, he has a better offensive line. But he's got DK Metcalf for crying out loud as a receiver because they traded for him from the Seahawks, and they got rid of the crybaby Pickens. You know, but how can you
yeah,
not hit the? You're a surefire Hall of Fame quarterback. You're known for making these throws, and you still could not hit one of the best receivers in the game. One of the best jump ball receivers in the game, and you're overthrowing him.
no, you're right. You're right, and you realize with the Steelers this year, they're having a much more quick passing attack. It's not
Oh
these
yeah,
long
yeah.
developing routes. It
Yeah,
comes back to coaching all the time.
it
I want
does.
Mike
But
Tomlin as the coach.
Mike
I want
Tomlin's a
that.
surefire Hall of Famer. If he were to walk away from the Steelers and not coach another day, he'd be first ballot Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come to the Giants. He's going to win the Super Bowl next year, and then he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's done. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I mean, first of all, if the Giants are smart, I think their target should be Mike McCarthy.
I agree with that. I
I
agree.
think
Well,
Mike McCarthy is the perfect fit for the Giants, and because he can work with Jackson Dart, and obviously everybody knows what he did with Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers, and obviously when Dak's numbers went up when McCarthy was a head coach, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
you see now Dak is still playing at a high level even with Shoddy at the head coach now, but Mike McCarthy would be a perfect fit for the Giants, and you guys need a winner, and he brings
Yeah,
wins.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Shoddy is a Schottenheimer, and you know what a Schottenheimers are, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
His dad was an offensive guru.
Yep. Marty Schottenheimer. Yep.
I mean, remember that's the guy that
Rest in
uh
peace.
yeah, but that's the guy that spotted Kurt Warner, gave him a chance.
Yep.
Yeah. I do have a question for Nathan. How do you think the Cowboys will bounce back on Monday after what happened the past week and having their bye week? How do you think they're going to bounce back?
They just have to play their game and then play for Marshawn Nealon. Wear the 90. They're going to wear the 94 on the helmets. I think it should be a good game against the Raiders. The Raiders, obviously, they're struggling too. So I hope the Cowboys can play with the high spirit, play for him, and they're going to honor him in the right way. And I feel like I think they're going to play great football on Monday. I hope so. So they just have to keep playing.
Yeah, definitely. We wish him and his family the best, of course. Ken has a interesting take here. He says Tomlin is a horrible coach.
No,
all he's done and taken Bill Cowher Super Bowls and ran it to the
I
ground.
wouldn't say horrible coach, Ken. I think that's a little too understatement. I think Mike Tomlin is a great head coach. He's been keeping the Steelers in the playoff race for a while now. I know that I get what you're saying. Obviously, he won one Super Bowl since he's
with Roethlisberger.
But the Steelers had competitive ever since. And
he's won 2, right? Or no, what was Tomlin the head coach when they won with the Bettis?
No, that was Bill Cowher.
Okay, so that was Bill Cowher.
Right. The second one when you were playing against Arizona.
Right, when we were playing against Arizona. Yeah.
Bettis, the one with Bettis was Bill Cowher. But but Ken, I understand where you're coming from, but still, Mike Tomlin is a respected coach in the NFL. He's the longest tenured coach to stay with one team. So I think the Steelers have a good team this year, but the problem is they're too
just like the Ravens. The problem with the Ravens also is they make the playoffs, but they don't know how to win in the playoffs.
Well, and somewhat of what Ken's trying to say is Mike Tomlin has a great record in the regular season, but then all the inconsistencies show up in the postseason.
Yeah.
But that might be more the players playing for him, but part of it also could be him. But it's hard to tell. But right now, we can definitely know that the problem with the Steelers is wearing number 8.
Aaron Rodgers. Yep. Yeah, he's been off a few games, in my opinion.
You see him overthrow DK Metcalf not once but like 5 times.
Yep. Yeah, he's been off. He's been off lately in the last few games. Their defense
You
is
know.
playing. I think the defense is playing pretty good, but the offense is struggling.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying is that the guy that made a career throwing jump balls, miraculous, pulling miracles.
I have a connect. We had so 4 years ago we had DK Metcalf's father on our show, Terrence Metcalf. He played for the Bears back in the day.
Mhm.
Yeah, we still keep in touch. I'm pretty good friends. We're pretty good friends with Terrence Metcalf, his father, DK. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying this. I'm talking about Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers
that's true.
made a name for himself throwing
Yeah.
jump balls to Diver
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and Green Bay had a lot of jump ball receivers.
Yeah.
Well,
Greg Jennings, Donald Driver. They had
Yes.
Jordy Nelson. Actually, I was with all three of them at the GTSM shows in Edison, New Jersey.
mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're great guys, and but
I
that
want-
team was loaded with receivers. They see that's the team. I love that Green Bay Packers team. They had obviously you had those three receivers, and then the tight end was what's his name? Jermichael Finley. That's my guy too. Shout out to Jermichael Finley. And then they had who's the running back that year? Not Eddie Lacy. Was it Eddie Lacy that year? Was it Eddie Lacy that year? No,
I think it was.
Eddie Lacy, right?
I just remember Randall Cobb making that catch in the back of the end zone in the 2016.
Yeah.
Robert
Cobb was good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also had that couple tight ends that Mercedes
Lewis.
Lewis.
And also Jermichael Finley.
Mhm.
That's one of my good friends too. We had him on our show 4 years ago, and then I was with him in New Orleans for Super Bowl week.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys can tell, I don't really have much love lost for Rodgers. Plus,
yeah, but Ken
father
brought
on
up the Steelers' offensive line has been inconsistent.
Mhm.
That's why it's hard for that, and you can't pass the ball if you're running 3/4 of the game. That's true, Ken. I like that.
Yeah.
It's the offense has not been there.
Rodgers is in a scrambling threat.
Yeah.
He's a scrambler, but he's not Lamar Jackson,
Yeah. Hi, Wendy. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Michael. Hey, Katie. Shout out,
But,
Katie.
What's up,
Shout
Katie?
out everyone. Yeah.
So now that Ken's in the building,
Uh-huh.
there's a highlight game this week
Yeah.
in the Mile High.
Against the Kansas City.
Yes.
Chiefs. Can the Chiefs knock down the high flying Broncos a couple pegs this week? Joe's
should be a
having fun
fun
with the
game.
buttons.
That should be a very fun game.
All right, guys. Before we wrap it up, I want to bring up our afternoon show tonight. Our NBA preview show at 5 p.m. Eastern. Guys, tune in for that. We're going to go over tonight's games, yesterday's games, and the NBA season so far. And my team and I are working on a special guest for tonight that could possibly join us. So stay tuned. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. We're still waiting on him. So stay tuned for that. But it should be a good show tonight. And Sean, if you're available, you're welcome to join too.
Oh yeah,
But
Yep.
let's stay. It's gonna be a good show. I can't wait for that one. And yeah,
And-
Andy Reid is 24-4 coming off a bye. Yep.
Yeah. No,
Tonight-
I mean I have no doubt. I mean I'm rooting for them to knock down Sean Payton's Broncos. Just knock them down a couple pegs.
Yep, we'll see how the Giants do
Put
against
the
the
put the
Packers.
kid on it. Put the kid on his backside
Yep.
all game long. Make them remember why the Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
Breaking news.
I think they'll be fine.
Oh yeah, no what? And yeah, yeah, I think there's gonna be a headline on First Things First. You might hear, "What's wrong with Bo Nix and the Broncos? Have they been exposed?"
Well, Sean Payton's doing a great job with not only limiting Bo Nix's weaknesses, but elevating his strengths. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good news. And their defense is playing at a very high level this season. So, but I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. Don't forget, guys, 5 p.m. today, our NBA show with myself, Nathan, Sean as our special guest today, as well as maybe an NBA former player.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey,
And then Chef Nick
Well,
and
yeah.
Johnny Salami as
and
well.
Johnny Salami, if he can join.
Bring
Chef
back
Nick.
old school basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then tonight, 10 p.m., Total Turnbuckle Talk, simulcasting with
one
NY
and only
Media,
Lou Edwards.
Lou Edwards.
Oh yeah. So don't miss it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Tune in with TJ, Joe, and Victor from the Third and Four podcast.
Yep. But all right, guys
Yeah.
and gals in the chat.
See you guys. Thank you guys, everyone, for the support. Shout out Sean. Shout out Evan. You guys are killing it. You guys are doing a fantastic job. We love working with you guys. Keep it up, Sean. Too. Sean, you're a natural at this. Even Evan too. Evan he's been working hard at this craft. So keep it up. And like I said, stay tuned for tonight's NBA preview show. It's gonna be a good one. Like I said, we're working on someone that's I'm coming on just to give their takes real quick. So let's stay tuned for that. And also, please subscribe to our Jabba and the Mouse Show and Nitin Sports Rush. Wednesday, October 19th, I have Bucky Dent joining our Jabba and the Mouse Show at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for that one.
Holy cow!
Bucky Dent. Yes, sir. Look forward to that. And tomorrow, we're getting together. Myself, Nathan, Joe.
We have a party at Joe's house. Turn up.
Yes. So we might come live from Joe's house. We'll see.
Yep. We'll see how we're doing.
Yes. But all right, guys. Come back at 5 p.m. for our show.
Yep.
See you guys later. Thank you guys for another great show. And for this whole week, too. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, great job.
You guys will see Joe back next week on the morning show. Don't worry.
Yeah. Actually, no, I think it's going to be us three only. No, Joe's not allowed. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right, guys. See you.
Take care, guys.